I pretty frequently try recipes that I find online, and a lot of the time they turn out to be flops. So I'm actually going to be trying out the recipes for you so that you don't waste your time making disappointing recipes. But I also kept this pretty budget friendly in that none of the ingredients are particularly expensive. So the first recipe was one that I found on TikTok, but it wasn't a viral recipe. I was actually searching specifically for it because I thought it would be fun to do something with pumpkin. So this recipe swaps flour for blended oats and sugar for a specific sugar-free syrup. I did actually use the same exact syrup product as the original creator. The only difference between my recipe and the original creator's recipe is that I did sprinkle just a little bit of brown sugar on the top. It was a really small amount, probably around 2 tablespoons total. So this is what it looks like after baking. You'll notice that it did come out looking very spongy. The creator of the original recipe did say that it would be crumbly when it was done baking, and it definitely was. I couldn't cut a slice without it breaking into, several pieces. Anyway, here's my sister's blind reaction to it. I had not told her that it was like a healthy version of pumpkin bread before.
Oh, this is not cooked right here. This one is not cooked. Maybe your oven be broken or something, because oh my goodness. Oh my god. It's a little
The girl in the video said it was supposed to be crumbly. How bad is it?
Okay, so here it is. I tried this. I'm gonna try it again for the sake of accuracy. Okay, what would you rate this? 1. Okay, it does taste like pumpkin flavored dough.
What if you baked it longer?
I think that might be it.
Like absolute.
That can't be saved. No amount of baking will save that.
Tastes like pumpkin flavored oatmeal.
Okay, I think it'd be better if it was baked, but I don't think it would be that much better.
No, it would
No, I
just
don't
be
think
dry.
so either.
We're gonna bake it for a little bit longer, but right now it's just no.
So as you can see, 20 minutes of baking didn't really help at all. I also discovered that the middle portion of the bread was very undercooked, and it was basically still dough in the middle. This was the worst recipe that I tried though, so I promise it will get better from here. The next recipe is Cowboy Caviar, aka mixing a bunch of canned vegetables into a bowl. It's better than it sounds. There are a lot of different varieties of Cowboy Caviar ingredients, so I kind of did a hybrid of a few different recipes, but most of the recipes that you'll find include corn, black beans, and onions, and then some of the recipes will include bell peppers, tomatoes, avocado, cilantro, olives, a mix of all those, and seasonings and dressings. Again, I will use the exact ingredients I used for my particular variation in the description box. My sister also approved of this mix, which I think is a really good sign because I personally think she's really picky, and she made tacos with it, so you know it's good.
So the salad was definitely way better than the pumpkin bread, definitely recommend. So the only substitutions that I would make for this particular recipe is that I would increase the ratio of crunchy to non-crunchy things like the celery and the pepper. I think there should be more of those. Also, I used 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and in the future I would increase that, maybe double the amount of lime juice I had in that, because I didn't think it was... What? Yeah, 4 tablespoons instead of 2. I like it particularly acidic. You like more spicy salads. The amount of hot sauce that I use, basically, like I couldn't detect it at all. So if you like spicy salads, add more hot sauce.
I did have a bit of strategy with this video, and I found that a lot of people like searching chicken with healthy recipes, so I wanted to do something with chicken, and I chose chicken fried rice. I saw a couple different variations of like a healthier version of chicken fried rice, as you probably expect. I actually went for something that I found on TikTok. I used all the typical ingredients as normal chicken fried rice, but the main difference with the normal chicken fried rice and the healthy one is that for this recipe, there is essentially no added oil, and we actually use the oil in the chicken to cook the food. This would be a great idea, except that chicken breast is already really low in fat. It's only 3.6% fat by mass, so there's not a lot of fat that we're working here to cook both the chicken and all the other ingredients with. Again, the recipe will be in the description box. Unfortunately, I did put myself at a bit of a disadvantage by not having a bigger frying pan available, and I think that definitely would have improved the recipe. You'll see later on that I did end up burning some of the food while other parts were not fully fried, which I think is an error on me, and that could have been avoided.
So I think for this recipe, it's probably best if we just start with the good news. I did finish the entire bowl that I showed you guys. I would never recreate it myself. That being said, I think a large reason why this recipe didn't turn out great was because I am just not a great cook. This recipe was a very humbling reminder of why I don't often cook. The problem is that when you cook chicken breast with very little fat, it's probably gonna burn and stick to the pan. Another completely separate issue was my rice was too liquidy. I also don't think I used enough spices. I've never made fried rice before. If you've made fried rice before and you are good at making fried rice, I think this might work out for you, although you might have to use a little bit of oil.
The last one is actually a viral TikTok recipe, and this one's for a chocolate mug cake. I've had good chocolate mug cakes before, so I was hopeful for this one more so than the others. This particular mug cake was like truly marketed as a replacement for chocolate cake. There were no artificial sweeteners in this recipe. I just used chocolate syrup to sweeten it, and I also used some additional cocoa powder to enhance the chocolate flavor in the cake. And another swap was, like before, instead of flour, we used blended oats.
So as for the mug cake, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. I had higher expectations for this just because I've made mug cakes in the past that were pretty decent. This one was not one of them, unfortunately. I think with all the ground oats, it just made the mug cake really chewy. The recipe was sweet enough, but it did kind of have that like artificial sweetener taste to that. It wasn't a total disaster. Out of all the recipes, it seems like only 1 of 4 was actually decent. I was hoping for at least a 2 out of 4 for this video, so if you want to see another video where I try recipes again, let me know in the comments. That concludes my attempts to recreate healthy recipes that I found on the internet, and make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos from me in the future, I do make affordable lifestyle videos. If you're interested in it, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and that way you'll be updated every time I post a new video to this channel. As always, social media links are in the description box. I am most active on TikTok and Instagram. Make sure to stay tuned to the end screen of this video